warm welcome to you. I'm Hayley Palmer and it's really good to have you here with me on the Memory Lane 80s show. Now today we have a very special guest. She's from the group To Pow. Yes, it is Carol Decker. I will be speaking to her later on in the show. But Carol Decker, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you for asking me. It's nice to have something to do.
I know. I mean, it's great the sun's shining, but after a while, we are in lockdown. What else is there to do?
I know. Well, actually, it's just gone overcast here. I live in Oxfordshire, and it's looking a little bit like we might get some thunder or something. But it has been great, and it does make it more bearable. Probably all of this would have been so much worse if it had been across December, Jan, and Feb, wouldn't it? Which are the sort of,
Yeah.
Especially
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I get sad disease, Carol. Honestly, I need the sunshine.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah. I saw on your Twitter today you were at the punch bag, and I was like, right, Carol means business.
Yeah, well, we have just some gym equipment in the garage, nothing fancy, punch bag comes in handy when you're all stuck in the house together.
Oh, I know the feeling. Honestly, I've had a few breakdowns in lockdown.
We all put
Definitely.
There's faces on the punch bag.
I think I need that in my life, honestly. Lockdown is such a test, though, isn't it? I've been on the junk food. I've been knocking back the Pringles. Honestly, Carol, it's all going wrong.
Well, it is. I mean, my husband's done Corona snacking and I've done Corona drinking. I've been chugging rosé like it's going out of fashion. Bottle isn't enough anymore. I've had to myself.
I know. Honestly, the diet's gone out the window. I kind of start every day like, right, this is going to be a really healthy day. Before I know it, I'm on the Jaffa cakes, the Doritos, the Pringles, Diet Coke. It's all gone wrong.
I keep my video. Yeah.
Anyway, you have been really busy in lockdown, haven't you?
Yeah, not too bad. We obviously, got my kids back home. So just the whole mum house thing.
That's nice.
And it is. It's lovely actually having them home. It really is.
Aww.
Alex at uni, and I have missed her, but I feel sorry for her because her last year's fizzled out.
Yeah, rubbish.
So, as far as To Power are concerned, we'd been in the studio just before Christmas, and we'd written and recorded 3 great tracks, and got the vocals done and everything, all sort of by the end of January before it all kicked off. And so Ronnie called me, Ron Rogers, who's the co-founder of To Pow, with me, said, well, do a video at home, let's put a single out. And so we picked Be Wonderful, which we think is our...
I love it, Carol. I heard it and I wasn't sure what to expect, but it just made me feel really good. I was like, yeah, and it's so catchy. I keep going around singing it.
That's the idea. I'm glad to hear it. And my kids, they're quite clever. They both done a BTEC in creative media production, so they can.
Oh, I need to speak to them.
Film and edit, do the special effects. And I mean, Dylan's still in the middle of the course. He's only 17, so he hasn't even finished his BTEC yet. So I sort of said, come on, it's something for us all to do. And so we decided to go for a funny lockdown video with the junk food and the Pringles and me in a onesie watching telly all day.
That was so relatable. That's my life every morning, Carol, trust me. So yeah, that was my favourite bit. I think there's Nutella as well in the video. I was like, all good.
Nutella, I know.
Oh yeah, standard. Love that. Oh yes, here is the brand new video to her new single, Be Wonderful. Don't forget to check out her dog, Finn. So cute. Here we go.
say the devil's in the detail, not the hand of God. If you can feel the sun and rain, never complain.
Now here's what happened when I caught up a little bit more with Carol Decker. Your dog, Finn, please can we talk about him? He's beautiful.
He is gorgeous. I've just unfortunately had to lock him in the room with the kids because they're just doing their online studies because he won't leave me alone, which it's funny.
It's like a baby, isn't it? It needs constant attention.
Yeah, well, I've had 5 setters over the years.
Oh.
I do love setters. I had my first setter in the 80s, late 80s.
Oh.
And they are a bit eccentric. They're not stupid.
Yeah, they're very excitable, aren't they?
Yeah. But they do. All my dogs have bonded with me, like, you know, in duck imprint on the first thing they see. I've always had this incredible bond with my dogs because it's usually, despite what everybody says, it's me that gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning to take them out to toilet train and all those promises of, I promise I'll walk him every day, Mom, go out the window. So I'm the kind of, you know, constant in his life. And I can't even go to the toilet. I go to the toilet, shut the door, and there's a bang.
He's like, Mum, I need attention the whole time. I'm a bit like that.
Can I just have a pee on my own, Finn?
Oh, we've just lost our golden retriever, so I'm really upset, but I'm such a dog lover, and my parents are choosing their next dog, so we have looked at setters because they are such a lovely breed. So when I saw your dog in the video looking so happy and bouncy, I was like, Mum, look.
They are. I'm sorry, it's hard to lose a family pet. Because we lost Reggie last year, who was nearly 14, and so that's when we got Finn. And crying, terrible.
Oh, honestly, I'm still not over it.
Yeah, it's 14 years of their life, and they're only young, you know. So but I can highly recommend. Sounds like Kennel Club, doesn't it? I can highly recommend them. They're a great family dog. A lovely family dog. Yeah.
Good to know. And also, let's talk about your chickens in the video.
Okay, well, we've got the red one. I don't know what she's called. It's some character out of Game of Thrones, or I don't know. It's a really long Latin sounding name. The black and white one's called Smokey, and she's blind. She's completely blind.
Oh.
Yeah. And then there's Joey the duck. And Joey had a sister called Chandler, and sadly a fox took Chandler. And ducks always like to be in pairs, so Joey fixated on Smokey, the blind chicken, so she's her guide duck. So she just quacks around. It's very, very sweet. Don't get any eggs out of them anymore. They're all too old. Sunday lunch.
Welcome back to the Memory Lane 80s show on Spotlight TV. I'm Hayley Palmer, and you know I love having your company here with me on a Saturday night. Shall we catch up with Carol Decker some more? Here we go. Now, obviously, we have to talk about China in Your Hand because, for me, it's one of those power ballads that I sing in the car, out of tune. Carol, you'd be so horrified by me. But you have the most powerful voice, and, you know, you've got to be happy. It was 5 weeks at #1 in 1987. I mean, that's amazing.
It is, and we had the #1 album at the same time, so that's quite an exclusive club. So British Spies was at #1 for 2 weeks, while China was at #1 for 5 weeks. So, and it changed my life. I mean, we'd already had a big international hit with Heart and Soul, but
Yeah.
China definitely changed my life. You know, it is a classic now.
It really is. And it's quite hard to sing as well. Obviously, it's quite hard to sing. You know, it's got to be quite athletic to be able to belt that out, haven't you?
Yeah. I have to keep my chops up. It gets more challenging with each passing year. I'm still getting away with it. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. But I actually like the song Valentine.
Well, interesting you should say that, because it's Valentine that got us our record deal. And that was in the run up to getting a record deal with Virgin. You know, we had many sort of thanks but no thanks from other record companies. But people that we came across in the early part of our career would say, Valentine's a great song. Every song has to be as good as Valentine. So that was the one. China didn't even exist. We were in the studio recording our first album, Bridge of Spies, outside Chicago with Roy Thomas Baker. And there was one song that just wasn't working. We were wasting, you get to a point where you're just wasting time and money in the studio. So Roy said, have you got another song? We need to dump this one. I can't even remember which one it was. And Ronnie and I had literally got a cassette with the very, very basics of China, just the piano that Ron had mapped out. And I had most of the melody and some of the lyrics. So we just wrote it on the hoof, really.
God.
Who knew? I know.
Yeah, we need to be playing that every Valentine's when I'm depressed, knocking back the Ferrero Rochers. Now, shall we catch up a little bit more with Carol Decker? Go on then. But I've got a few questions from some of our viewers who absolutely loved you. We play the song a lot on our show. Gary says, if you could do it all again, is there anything that you would do different?
Ooh.
Good question, Gary.
I don't know if I can answer it. Let's just say, if I put it discreetly, even though it's 30 years ago, there were some internal things going on, and I didn't want to rock the boat because I thought it was important that it all held together. But now I'm a lot older and wiser. Next time somebody like that, they'll get fired. That's as much as I'm going to say.
So mess with Carol Decker.
You should have gone, yeah, but who knows? It might not have changed anything anyway.
I love that, Chris. Love that. And also, Kerry wants to know, what is the first thing you're going to do after lockdown?
I'm going to the pub.
Yes, love that.
I need the pubs to open so I can cut down on my drinking. I miss the social aspect.
Yeah, I do, Carol. Yeah, it's the talking rubbish in pubs that I miss.
Oh, absolutely. I met my husband in a pub. My career was reborn in the pub at the end of my street in London, where I bumped into a guy who'd been in the record business like I had. We became just friends, and we'd see each other and chat. And the next thing, he's helping me put a band back together because, you know, he fancied trying it and I was ready to try again. And then his best friend turns out to be my husband of 20 years now. So I love a good pub. I bumped into somebody and got a holiday. They lent me their apartment in Cyprus. You know, and it's a broad church. You'll get sort of a QC and a plumber and a builder and actors, and you know, I just love going to the pub. I really do.
Yes. Well, I'm going to go to the pub. I'm going to go clubbing. I'm going to bring that back because I thought my clubbing days were over. But after lockdown, I'm going out for the rest of my life. And Nando's. I'm really missing Nando's. Absolutely. Well, Carol Decker, we need to download your song. It's called Be Wonderful, and it is wonderful. I hope all our viewers can check it out because it's just great.
Well, listen, lots of love and lots of love and luck to everybody. And we'll see you on the other side when it's all over. You know, I hope everyone will come to a show next year.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Carol Decker, everyone. Thank you. Oh, we've now come to the end of the Memory Lane 80s show on Spotlight TV. I'm Hayley Palmer, and thank you so much for joining me. You know I love you here with me on a Saturday night. Now remember, I do love your feedback. I do love hearing from you. Details are on the screen below. Big thank you for tuning in tonight, and a huge thank you to Carol Decker. Now I will see you same time, same place next week. Please stay safe, and I'll see you then.